Second six. When you first started, was it kind of like you're a rapper and that's it?
Try again.
Never for me.
Last one to the airport buys breakfast.
Buying breakfast.
Day one, day one. We don't need any introduction for this man. He is absolutely brilliant entrepreneur, rapper. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. We met at the Knick game, probably like.
Usually brought the Knick game all the time.
Yeah.
We be cool.
Yeah.
We be chilling at the Knick games. This is a legend, man. We don't even got to introduce him, but we going to, come on, man. You know who we got in the building. We got Fat Joe.
We got Fat
Big
Joe in the
New York
building.
legend, man.
Legend.
Yeah, so
Absolute legend. How, everything's good? Family's good?
Everything's beautiful. Family's good. We doing better than ever.
I love
you know
that.
What I'm saying? Expanding, trying to push the legacy forward.
Yes.
So, you know, I look at it like every day's a fresh new start. You know, to accomplish something new and bring something to the world. You know, when you think about it, right, you know, you rap and you first come to rap because you love hip hop and you want to tell them your story or whatever. But then once you give them something, like a lean back or make it rain, it's here forever.
Dude, it's crazy.
Used to play in the backyard. I used to what? Play that lean
Yo,
back.
but think about it. It's like they got it now. The world got it.
Yeah.
Like it's for them.
Yeah.
It ain't even for me no more.
Right.
So you could actually contribute to the world. Like you guys are part of like a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? With what y'all doing on TV and all that. So you know, just pushing the legacy forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, what you've done in the music industry alone is crazy. Like my childhood was Fat Joe, Lil Wayne, 50. Like it's insane to see, and the continued success not only with music, but you know you go viral on every podcast, every interview you do. You have so much knowledge, and that's why I really wanted to get you on and just pick your brain because I really think like there's so much to learn from you. So I'm just excited
man.
that we got to cross paths.
You know what's so blessed is that we get to talk. We get to go viral all the time, but speaking positivity.
Right.
We get to go viral by mistake. Like, you know, somebody pick it up and be like, yo, he said some shit. Right? And so that's how I like to do it. You know, you got guys hanging off of airplanes trying to go viral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now a motherfucker kill himself. You ever see them guys fall off the mountain trying to do some?
You ain't see the dude that just purposely crashed the
he
crashed the plane. Like he jumped
Yo,
out the plane.
I talked about it on my podcast. Not on my IG.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy clout chasing. He
Into
clout
20
chasing.
years of jail.
Yo, what's
20
wrong
years
with
of jail
this
time.
guy?
Crazy, bro.
Could someone?
Like,
Yo,
how-
I don't understand it no more. Like I've been
on some
trying
GTA shit.
to understand. Listen, I'm a guy that I try to, right? Have I been talking about this all day today? I'm a guy that I try to figure out why.
Right.
Logic behind it.
No, what's the logic, right? So I'm just trying to say why this man went to pilot school. You know how hard it got to be to get permission to fly a plane? He did all that. Then he put the cameras on the mountains where he was going to crash.
Yeah, that's mad.
He got I'm just saying, bro, he clout chased himself to 20 years in jail.
Yeah, 20 years.
You cannot come up with this, man.
Yeah.
Like this.
Like, what did he really think he was gonna get off of that though? Honestly, like, what was gonna be
Followers.
followers, and then what? Like, what you gonna do?
Like-
The conversation with you got Fat Joe talking
No, he's
about
in
it.
jail, though.
But he's in
that's
jail.
what
He
I'm
can't
saying.
even capitalize
Right.
on this shit.
Right.
Once
It's
that
over.
shit wear off in a month or two, he gonna
Yeah.
realize,
Right.
oh wow, I'm in jail.
Yeah.
Like jail's not a nice place.
I guess there's just a difference between being hungry and being thirsty. And he was thirsty. You know, being hungry is like, I want to work. I want to build something. I want to build an empire, you know? Being thirsty is I'll do anything for clicks. I'll do anything for this. And that's a dangerous place to be. Especially with TikTok now. Everybody can have their 15 minutes of fame. So that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to get their 15 minutes
I
on
just
TikTok.
seen a video of some kid just walking into random people's houses.
Yeah.
He just got arrested for doing that shit. Like, people just doing dumb shit. Like, I don't even
the
understand.
whole thing is for what?
Yeah, don't walk in my crib.
And so you got guys that even rich people. I meet rich people all the time, billionaires,
Right.
who ain't satisfied with being rich. They want to be rich and famous.
Right.
And it's so weird.
It's the craziest thing. You're like, yo, these guys own the city.
Right.
Why they
Why you
want
want to be famous? It's so funny.
I would love to take all this bread and no one know who I am.
I was really just about to say that. It's so funny. Like the people that have like, you know, the notoriety and fame, like they rather just have the you know, the money and just be low key. And then the people that have the money, they want to be everywhere. They want to be in front of everybody's face.
I had a record I put out, never blew up back in maybe 10 years ago. It was like, everybody wants to be famous.
Yeah.
But the famous ones want to be left alone.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
It's like,
literally.
because my whole shit is like, you know, maybe it's the COVID effect, but
Trying to be elusive.
you know, before that, you know, I was outside. Right. You catch me in front of every bodega talking to 20 guys. So, and so now it's more like, you know, I like to be left alone on a quiet day instead of hanging out with my boys and all that. I'm at the crib watching something, minding my business.
Right.
So, you know, it's really crazy, man. That, you know, certain things ain't enough.
Right.
That they're willing to do anything to get some type of recognition or some clout.
Yeah. Do you think it's tougher? You think it's more dangerous to be a rapper now than it was back then, or do you feel it's kind of the same? Because you were the biggest thing in the world when, you know, a lot of that stuff was coming up, and then a lot of stuff now. Do you see a difference, or?
Yeah, I think it's worse now.
Yeah.
Social media.
I think back in the day, it was way more dangerous back in the day because there's no such thing as security.
Right.
So if you had real security, they would consider you a sucker. So you got to have your boys with the hammer. Right. So every day you risking going to jail for the gun.
Right.
If your boy shoots up the whole block down here, we on the news. You know, and so it was a lot of real tough guy shit back in the day. But social media now with these young bros has amplified it to another level to where, you know, guys just go and if they say something about somebody else, everybody know it.
Right.
It ain't between them.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, I look at it as also we have to have a responsibility because now you in the media space, I am, and everybody else to know, because what happens historically when it comes to hip hop journalism, guy comes in, let's say he's the rapper Dutchy Dutch. He's coming in to promote his music.
Right.
He's thinking he's coming to meet with the power guys and he's walking out and it's cool. The power guys turn around and ask Dutchy Dutch if Crippy is a real dude or not, or this and this and that.
Right.
Next thing you know, they pretty much jam him into saying, yo, Crippy ain't shit, fuck him, this, that. Now he walks out the room, the building, with a whole new beef.
Ain't even promote nothing.
You both young dudes that got wild young crews. And what happens when you see each other somewhere, at a club, at an event, or whatever, it pops off. So it's been going on since The Source and the Vibe magazine and Double XL.
Right.
And so we got to be mindful of who we put to go at each other because you got to feel responsible for it in some way, or not if they wind up killing each other for some shit that you asked them that he had no business answering.
Right. Right.
Does that make sense?
100%. That's why you gotta respect the ones that just be like, nah, I ain't come here to speak about that.
Yeah.
I came here to speak about my shit.
Those are the smart ones.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
It's
from
not a lot,
experience,
though.
they used to bait me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I come, yo, what up, legend? What up, icon? This and that. They turn it on. Yo, what the fuck you think about homeboy? Yo, he's pussy, son.
Right.
Like it's whatever, yo.
Right.
You wind up having beef with everybody for no reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta be mindful.
Right.
It is more dangerous now. You know, drill music, these guys are straight up talking about, I'm gonna kill Johnny Boy, I'm gonna do it now. Like, this shit, and they dead ass serious.
And then they got the whole world instigating it too. So it's like, it just make everything worse. The whole internet is right there just watching everything instigating shit. Like, it's just
hyping it up.
What is that, the Twitter account, Daily Loud, like all
yeah,
that stuff?
all of that.
Clickbait. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's why I was like, yeah, me and Mike, we just want to talk to artists about, like, you know, what they went through to create that thing, or to be where they are. Like,
Yeah, the journey, the story,
about the
road.
rest. You know, it's like,
Yeah. and then gems will come out.
Exactly.
You hear shit you never heard before.
Right.
I remember my greatest gem that ever came out to me is I was interviewing Bobby Brown. I could have talked to him about drugs.
Right.
I could have talked to him about Whitney Houston. I could have talked all the fucking normal bullshit that he don't want to do an interview for.
Right.
But we just kept the straight music, straight love, straight positivity. And then he came out of nowhere. He was like, yo, man, I ain't tell you about the time I taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk. I was like, yo, I wanted to break the phone. Like, I could not believe he told me he taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk.
Nah, that's different.
And so, like yesterday, I was in Philly. There's a young boy that's a rapper. And he was performing, and he started doing all that shit.
Right.
Like all that, the hip shit.
Yeah, that's what
My man next to me, hey, yo, what's my man? Y'all know him, not he down with 50. Big boy from Philly.
Oh, you talk about Mike.
Mike
Knox.
Knox.
Yeah.
Call me MK, baby.
It's my man,
Yeah.
right? He's family. So Mike Knox.
Shout out,
And
Mike.
I call it like a clusterfuck, right? But Mike Knox was with me. He was like, yo, that's the boy Uzi took the shit from.
Right.
And I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, that's the boy, you know, they got video of him teaching Uzi the shit. But he's an underground rapper. Uzi's bigger. That shit went crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
this
should
type
be
of shit
tough.
been happening forever.
Right.
Bobby Brown said he taught MJ how to moonwalk.
That's crazy.
But out of positivity. I
Right.
wasn't in there getting on the mic trying to ask him all type of negative shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Right.
Bobby Brown teaching Michael Jackson how to moonwalk is crazy.
Yeah.
That might be the craziest shit I heard all year.
Yeah. So,
Bobby Brown.
so what was the first big record that like absolutely popped, and you're like, oh, I am stapled in here?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Flojo was in '93. It's my first single ever. It went #1 in America, rap single.
Damn, your first single ever you dropped?
Yeah, it went #1.
That's
And
ridiculous.
And it was luck too, cause I wasn't nice either. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I wasn't nice like that.
One take
They
that
just knew I was a real dude, and they was just like, when they start, you know, we got 100 guys, R&B jackets. I'm talking hot shit, and then when they did the history, everybody was like, "Oh no, he's the real deal." That
Right.
boy, he's talking that he living that shit, so it blew up because of that
Because of the
effect.
realness.
But that changed my life because immediately I went from being a regular person that only that hood knew me to, you know, girls jumping on the van, dudes chasing me. You know, my uncle tells me a story that he was in jail and I went to pick him up like 6 months after Flojo. He says, he'd be like, yo, this guy, it's my uncle, my real uncle, so he can send me to hell if he want. Right. And he'd be like, he tells me the story. He says, yo, man, you came to pick me up in jail. You said, now look, the car's a block away. Just know that we're going to have to run to the car because everybody, he can be like, get the fuck out of here. 'Cause he was in jail
he
before
don't know what's
the record
going on.
dropped.
He don't know what's going on.
He come out.
It
I'm
blow up while
yo,
he in
I
there.
told you they chasing us. Yo. I call it nowadays, the only way for you to understand is the Ice Spice effect.
Yeah, right.
Like if you see on Instagram in the Bronx now, it's like, ah!
Yeah,
That's how they
bro.
was acting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We just ain't have social media then,
Ice
but
got
that's
shit going crazy.
change. Yeah, that was my effect. That was the type of shit that was going on.
Yeah.
And so the first big song I ever was on, like big song, was LL Cool J asked me to get on I Shot Ya. It was me, Foxy Brown's first feature, and she bodied that. Keith Murray, Prodigy, and LL. And I had to go for what
That's
I
a lot of
know.
people
So
on there.
before that, I was an underground rapper. And then he put me on that joint. And, you know, LL's my idol. LL KRS-One is my idol. So when he asked me to get on that, so I never was like stage fright. I was looking at it the other day. I said, so KRS-One's my idol. The reason I rap is because of KRS-One.
He the reason
and LL.
I like music now too. I heard The Bridge Is Over when I was like 5 years old, and I went home from my grandma's crib and I started playing that shit on my piano. And ever since then, I
It was
started.
just incredible.
Yeah,
right?
ever since
Doom,
then.
doom, boom, boom, boom,
I'm like, nah, I gotta go home and
Yo,
play this shit on the piano. Ever since that.
So on my second album, Jealous One's Envy, I got him to get on a song with me. And so the other day I was listening to that album out of nowhere, and I said, damn, man, like I went toe to toe with my idol. Like I never shied away. You know, the LL Cool J song, He's my idol too. I come in, who the fuck you think you talking to?
Right.
I pay dues, that's straight Cruz. Look him Joey Crack. Motherfuckers be like he's bad news. Running this racket from New York to Montego, slaughtering people, bring a ton of keys from Puerto Rico. Like I went crazy on that.
Damn, this
You know
is
what
so cool.
This is the
so
biggest guys
cool.
in the game.
This is the coolest shit of my life.
It's crazy because, so I never shied up. When it turned into competition
Right.
or shit like that, I always ready to go.
Right. And then when Lean Back came out, I mean, you were it.
That's way after.
It was it.
And so what happened with Lean Back was, so I had got robbed from my publishing when I was very young. So there was a Latino dude stepped to me. His name is Jelly Bean Benitez, and the man gave me $50,000, but he robbed me. The shit was probably worth like $10 million.
Easy.
So for the first 15 years of my life, I got robbed by this guy, right? And so when I finally got off that and I owned my own publishing, I used to hear these rumors of all these artists getting $2 million publishing deals, I'm hearing all this big shit.
Right.
So when I got free, I ran around and be like, yo, let me see if I could get this bag. And when I went to looking for the bag, they was like, yo, we got $250 for you. We got $300 for you. I was like, yo, this is after what's big number ones in America.
Right.
So I turned around and then my lawyer at the time walked me to the truck and I was like, yo, what's up? I thought dude was getting $2 million. He was like, yo, Joe, you're not really hot right now. I said, whoa. I went down to Miami. I went and got Scott Storch. We cooked that bitch up.
Yes.
Came back up in like 2 weeks with Lean Back. Then I would show him. So if it was Lean Back, imagine you never heard Lean Back. And so you a publisher, I would get up there and go, my people don't dance. We just pull up a pants and do the rock away. Or Lean Back. And the minute I did that, people's eyes was like, oh, we got the bag. We got the bag.
Yeah.
Because that shit is just too catchy. Like,
the second you made it with Scott Storch, we were like, this is going to be number one. Did you know?
Yeah. First of all, I was scared of the beat. So Scott Storch produced the beat. I like to say I assisted. So let me explain, right? I'm not a real producer, right? So I never, if you don't produce the shit, I don't think you really deserve that much credit, but it's okay. But the way Scott Storch works is you can have a beat in your head and he'll play it. So I was telling him like, and then the intro with the boom, boom, boom. So I was thinking of, I tell him, I need an intro that makes you feel like the movie Belly. Like when they was going into the tunnel to stick them up and the eyes was like this. When they was walking in and then he was like, what? I was like boom, 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 boom. And he did the shit. So Scott Storch, he's one of the rare producers that could play whatever you mumble.
That's really playing music by ear. Like that's how I learned, but not to that extent. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially since, we're always growing, we're always changing as people.
Therapy is important, y'all. Therapy is about deepening your self-awareness and understanding of yourself. Licensed therapists who could take you on that lifelong journey of self-discovery wherever you are in the world.
Listen, if you are thinking or even just, playing with the idea of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. I promise you, you will not be let down.
It's entirely online, so that means it's convenient, flexible, and suitable to your schedule.
The other day, I was literally filming at work, went in my dressing room during lunch, had a whole therapy session right there. Incredible.
All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist.
And they're going to match you with the one that fits best for yourself. And you could switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/crew to get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. Go get that.
That's BetterHelp. Better, HELP.com/crew.
BetterHelp, baby.
we did Candy Shop too.
Yep.
I did Candy Shop. I produced Candy Shop with Scott Storch.
fire.
But in any case, the lean back, we knew that shit was stupid.
You a real producer. Then.
The minute
you
that
gonna say you're
hook,
not a real producer.
the minute the hook came through, we was in Cali, had this studio in his house in his basement. In the garage, it was called Jerusalem.
Bro, we love DJ Khaled. We think he's so
we was
funny,
so
bro.
into that shit. Like the studio was called Jerusalem, and we was up in there and we was cooking that whole album. And I remember we brainstorming, me calling Dre, and then I just said, yo, you know what? Like Missy was winning so much. That's your chick when that your chick when the mother But I had realized at that point that the hits, the biggest hits, were like simple shit that you just keep repeating. I'd be like, nah, it gotta be like Missy. It gotta be
shit that people catch
on
on
to. Then I
to.
figured out where I was just like the last inch of it was the lean back, lean back, lean back.
After that was over.
So we knew that shit was gone. So lean back came out on Friday. Little John asked me to come out with him in Summer Jam on Sunday. That record was like a demo. Like it only came out Friday. We did Summer Jam 2 days later, 72,000 people was leaning back. They knew the song in 2 days like this.
Yeah.
Shit was stupid. I never forget because I look back because I was shocked myself and Kanye West was behind the fucking wall looking like he had the raccoon eyes. Like he was like, And then, so if you say the remix that we got M on,
Crazy.
Mace M, he said, M said, I got one for you. So M said, Eminem said, I called Dre, tell him we got a storm coming all our way.
Yeah.
Like he heard lean back. He knew that shit was out of here. Like, yo, we got a storm coming all our way. Like, it was that type of effect.
Right.
And something I never said about the lean back remix. See, people don't know that Mace is Eminem's favorite rapper. He's also Kanye's favorite rapper. He's a bunch of guys. Mace had the game in the chokehold.
Nah, he was tough though.
They loved him to death. So the way I got Eminem on the Lean Back remix was I got Mace had retired. It was over. He quit for a couple of years. So I gassed him to come out of retirement and get on the Lean Back remix. He did it when he was at King of Harlem. Man, nobody made me leave. So once he did his verse, I played it for Eminem. And I was like, yo, Mace is out of retirement. He's on this joint. M was like, send it over.
That's crazy.
Joe for the Latino.
That's too smart though. That's really
you gotta work the game. You
Nah,
gotta
that's
work
elite.
The system.
That is elite. That's dope.
Oh, that is
I
so
gotta take
insane.
notes.
And-
I gotta
and-
take notes.
So then you did Make It Rain with Lil Wayne. How was that?
Well, what happened was, it's a whole story behind that. So I'm so from New York. I'm a member of Digging in the Craze. This real boom bap hip hop.
Right.
DJ Premier, Digging in the Craze. This we was just, you would have never thought when Fat Joe came out that he would make What's Love.
Right.
Right. It's impossible.
Right.
Because we had the Army fatigue, chucker boots, guns on our waist. We was wildin', right? And so yeah, we was wildin'. And so when it comes to Make It Rain was like taboo at the time because I used like a Dirty South trap beat.
Right.
And nobody from New York would dare use that. But I went on tour and everywhere I went, all they was playing was this. Was trap shit like this. And then I remember one time I'm in the club in Memphis and the guy says, yo, I'm about to throw it back. And he played Jay-Z's The Rock, Buildings in the Building Tonight. Oh, but that was like the hottest record at that time.
Right.
But because the sound, they weren't playing like
wasn't
real
playing.
hip hop no
Throughout the
more.
whole night.
He assumed it's a throwback. And he played it. I was like, oh no. If I want to get to the bag, I got to use
like
the
them
Dirty
party
South shit.
Right.
So then I went to Scott Storch. He fought with me. He was like, nah, don't do this, man. You fucking New York digging in the crazy. I fought with him, yo, Scott. We doing the trap shit. So we did it. And then I did the whole song, the hook and everything. I played it for Irv Gotti. And then Irv said, Irv, one of the biggest hit makers in the world. I said, yo, Irv. And Irv said, yo, I'm not gonna lie, the record is hot, but if you had your little man sing the hook over, because he's from the South, it would make sense. So I went to Lil Wayne, and he said whatever I had on the hook. He said, I make it rain, I make it rain. So that's how that shit came about. And that right there was really, really big for me because I had left, you know, Atlantic Records was fronting on me. I was like the biggest star in Atlantic Records, selling millions of records. I mean, they literally had a poster. It was, you want to get gassed? You want to feel gassed? Clouded up? I used to walk in this building on 6th Avenue where fucking Fat Joe, they had a Fat Joe poster 6 stories high on the lobby. Of me. I walk in there like, I'm the king of Zamonga. Like, yo, I'm the illest. Right?
I mean, 6 stories. I would have felt the same
One
way.
day I walk in there and it's a fucking poster of T.I. to the 6th. They took my shit off. So I go to the president's office and I'm like, what's up? He was like, yo, man, you're not hot like that, man. You only sold like 500,000 records. You know, you know, we got this new young guy, T.I. He's selling 2 million records. So I said, you know what, man? That night I couldn't sleep, and I started doing the numbers. I was like, you know what? You know, if I went independent and got $7 a record and sold 500,000 records, I would make 3.5 mil.
Right.
These guys only, I'm selling 2-3 million records. They only giving me a half a ticket.
Right.
Right. So I went back. I said, yo, you right. I'm washed up. Don't worry, you'll never hear about me again. I'm going underground. This, that. Boom, bap. They said, great, Joe, great. Like almost I had AIDS or something. They was rushing me out of there. No, we'll sign off. You can go.
Right.
Right. And so I went independent, and I put out Make It Rain that sold 4 million records.
You put that out independent?
Independent. 4 million records. I own masters, everything to that shit. That was the gift that kept giving. That shit kept coming like, yo, this shit was unreal. The checks coming in that one. What?
Yeah, that's the good royalty.
What are those conversations like? Like when you call Lil Wayne, you're like, he just hops right on. You're like, this is my guy. You want to do the hook, or like, what is that like?
Lil
Do you have
Wayne
to talk to
is
teams?
One of the most beautiful guys in the world. With Lil Wayne, I ain't got to talk to teams. I talk to Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Wayne is one of the most help somebody else out guy in the world. Like, he'll do anything for you if he loves you. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the 30 favors I asked Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, you know, I got an ill record with Lil Wayne called A Prophet that was on, I don't know what album.
Carter 3? Carter 4?
No, it was on my joint. I did one on his shit too, like Father Like Son or something.
Yeah.
But I did The Prophet. It was like, yeah, I'm the prophet, the prophet. Call me the prophet.
I remember that song.
That shit was sick.
That song.
So me and him, we made maybe 10 songs or something like that. We had a real run going on because when Katrina happened, the storm in New Orleans, they moved to Miami. I already had set up shop down there, Legendary. So when they came, we was like, we welcomed them in, and we all became a family. So it was so weird. One studio I have Pitbull, the second studio I have Lil Wayne, the third studio I have Rick Ross, the fourth studio is me and Khaled. This shit was disgusting.
It
It was
lit.
lit. And we was just jumping in, yo, I need a verse. They'd be like, yo, come over here,
that's
crack.
so fire, bro.
Shit was really happening like that, you know?
That's a whole crib of just hits. Like, that's a whole studio of just
But
hits.
nobody was like Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne, at one point, he never went to a club. He never went to nothing. 24 hours a day, he was just in that studio.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, salute Wayne, man.
Wayne is
I'm not a
different.
human. I am not a human. He
Wayne
said it
is
himself.
Yeah.
He's different.
So when did you get out of New York? When did you go to Miami?
Man, I don't know. I went out of Miami because I was bound to get in trouble in New York. There's several reasons. One day, so at one time, you know, Fat Joe, you know, I really did the street shit.
Right.
Like Legendary.
Right.
Right? And so everybody who came out of jail from doing 10, 20 years were coming up to me like, all right, sir, reporting to duty.
Right.
What's up, my brother? This, like, you know, and so one day I'll never forget, it's a real talk. Anybody who did 20 years for doing some crazy shit, whatever, they was reporting for duty. It's like, all right, we got a spot for you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
This. It's a real dangerous thing, right?
that was
And
deep.
so I was terrible. Like if somebody would have threw a donut at me,
It was over with.
they'd have fried the whole Madison Square Garden. So I'm sitting,
Terror
these are
Squad.
notorious guys.
Terror
And so I'm
Squad.
sitting there one day and I start looking, I'm in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
You know, I worked my whole life. You know, I used to sell drugs and hustle. Once I got a record deal, I never sold a drug again. I
Right.
changed my life totally legit. The last thing you want to do once you get in this game legit and you got the light on you is do some illegal shit and get
Right.
wrapped up on
Right.
some shit. Rico, like we
Right.
see what's going on with all the younger
Yep,
guys. I knew about that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when I was in the drug game, I seen all my friends go off the Rico.
Right.
So I already knew don't talk on the phone. I already knew don't all this type of shit. So one day, I'm looking at the room, and there's nothing but killers in there, alleged killers.
Right.
And they with me, and I'm sitting there, and I said, Joe, you're gonna go to jail, man, for a long time. We
Right.
gotta get out of here. And so I went to Miami, and for various reasons, but that was the one main one is I had to stop me from me.
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
clipped
We
you,
was
they clipped
going,
you.
we was going to clubs. So say we was going to clubs, right? They would stop the drug dealers that was really doing it. The guys that was kingpin, they would stop them walking into the club. This is really their world. I'm a rapper now.
Right.
But they would stop them, and we would just walk in the club like, you know,
And they would be
doing
tight.
too much. And then if they said something, we smack their cheek off. We just these are real drug dealers.
Right.
In the street every day, sacrificing, and Fat Joe the rapper smacking their cheek off in the middle of the club. Sooner or later, something was gonna happen to me. Like,
Somebody's
you know what I
gonna-
mean? Like
yeah.
it was gonna be like too much. So I said, let me go to Miami, fresh start. I don't think I had an argument with nobody in Miami
Yeah.
for 19 years. Like it was just all smooth, all love, and we kept it like that. You know, Fat Joe in New York is definitely Fat Joe's a different Fat Joe in Miami. Fat Joe in Miami's a silk shirt.
Yeah.
Nice
Chill.
guy.
For the
Cigar,
cigar,
bougie,
good glasses,
you know, full of
shade.
shit. Yeah. Up here, black hoodie.
Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch.
Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch.
It's a brunch.
Kiki's on the river.
Oh, yeah. We
You know,
did-
shit like that.
We did Kiki 30 last week.
Oh, y'all was out there?
Yeah, we was out there last
Come on,
week.
that shit beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the thing about Miami, so the thing about Miami is everybody seems to be rich.
Right.
So all my friends be like, come on my boat, come on my boat, come on my boat. I'm the brokest guy there.
Right.
Different when as soon as I'm coming in New York and I see them rusty buildings, it immediately lets you know like, yo, saddle up, we out here.
Right.
That's a fact. It's a black hoodie, low key.
Yeah.
Listen. My ISP don't know what I got going on, all right? Because I use ExpressVPN, okay, baby?
Why? What kind of stuff are you looking up?
Listen, don't worry about it. I use ExpressVPN for a reason because I don't want anyone to know. Why the fuck would I tell you?
That's actually very fair. I just was curious.
Why the hell would I tell you?
Michael, you know the stuff I be doing on the internet too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
ExpressVPN has me covered.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you're hidden from, you're off the radar. You're good.
Mike, obviously you know that your internet service provider can literally sell your information to companies.
Yeah, that's really ridiculous, but I'm not affected by that. Shout out to the boys at ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN, baby. ExpressVPN keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data.
Listen, bro, this VPN is so smooth. Half of the time, I don't even realize that I have it up and running. It's just in the background doing its own thing. I don't even notice it.
So why would everybody not get it?
I don't really know. I mean, I guess they want their internet service provider selling all their information. I mean, I guess.
So you know how the boys do. We have a special offer for the Crew Has It listeners and the Crew Has It listeners only.
Make sure you head to expressvpn.com/crewpod to make sure you get your extra 3 free months on your 1-year period. Listen, 3 free months extra. So that's basically 15 months, and 3 of them are free.
Shirtless men. God, I love ExpressVPN.
I can still see it, though. Just so you know. But your secret's safe for me. You know you're my boy.
Make sure you go to expressvpn.com/crewpod. Back to the episode. Growing up in New York, like, was it was it tough when you made it? Because did you feel like everyone expected from you, or what? Like, I mean, that's an obvious question, but
50
like,
Cent says in an interview, he said, everybody prays for success. But when you pray for success, do you know you're praying for jealousy, envy, and entitlement?
yeah.
And so when you talk about me, I'm the true meaning, the poster child of keeping it real.
Right.
And so I specifically ain't go with guys that's worth billions and billions of dollars out here because I wanted to keep it real.
Right.
And so you get a survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt means you grow up in the hood, you feel bad that you making money, the friends you grew up with ain't getting no money, whatever the case, so you bring them, right? So it was at once. I would like to think, I'm not sure, but I like to think everything you see, when you go somewhere you see these young rappers, I almost think I invented it.
Right.
So I'm almost thinking Fat Joe's the inventor of the entourage.
Right.
Where I perform on stage with 40 guys with me. I'm walking around with 40 guys. You know, if I bought a Cadillac truck, I bought 40 Cadillac trucks.
Yeah.
If I'm at the Four Seasons, there's 40 rooms in there. We eating lobster and steak every night. Like, I think I invented that.
Right,
you know,
right.
even the priests had TS chains. Right? So we try to keep it real till keep it real goes wrong.
Right.
And then you realize that what you got to look out for, young brothers, is and sisters, because the girls is winning more than the guys now in the hip hop game.
Shout out to all the ladies, man.
You got to see if this posse or this entourage or whatever you want to call it, the crew, the set, you know, if they got your best interests, right? So we see that, like, everything keeps coming up with, like, John Morant. John Morant is very young, and he got a bunch of young dudes with him. Do they feel like their future is the NBA? Do they feel like their future is a billionaire or whatever? So that's what you got to think about. When you're walking around with 20 dudes from the hood, they might not have, I'm going to be Robert De Niro or Denzel one day. They have, like, we here fucking somebody front, we'll stab somebody, we don't care.
Right.
Now you're on the news.
Right.
You're on the news.
Right.
And so you got to watch these people. It's so hard. But anybody I ever seen successful, always the crew shortens as time goes. Your circle has to get shorter.
Right.
Because unfortunately, as much as you want to help people, by default, they get themselves out the game.
Right.
You know, we got guys, we let them mess up. Fat Joe's a real forgiving guy. So I let you mess up 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, and then it comes a day where you do some shit foul enough to I'm saying, yo, bro, I can't fuck with you no more.
Right.
And they can't believe it. They like, yo, you let me go 5 other times. I was more disgusting the other. Nah, I can't.
Yeah.
Right? And so over the years, I had to pretty much let go. I'm talking about 40, 50 different guys that I grew up with, that I wanted to help, that I wanted to show the world, that I wanted to take around the world because they was flawed and they didn't have my best interests. You know, so I think it comes a time where everybody got to do that, and you got to watch these snakes. The only thing I can tell you is the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle, he's in pictures with Nipsey. Nipsey Hussle knew this guy.
Right.
So unfortunately, it be the ones closest to you that want to do you harm. Why? They look at their life. They see that they're not successful. Why is he more blessed than me? Why is this guy or she's getting to the bag more than me? I'm tough too, or I'm this, or I'm that. And they grow this animosity or this jealousy towards you to where they could stab you in the back. Not only that, there's guys that's close to you that take your kindness for weakness.
Right.
And because you want to act like, oh, I could play you if I want, but I don't want to do that. You my brother, I don't want to do that. So you being kind to them and they take it for weakness. Yeah. And then those the guys you got to give it to, and then you look crazy when you give it to them. You know, but I done been through that. Up or down, all around. Shit.
It's almost like you want to show them the possibility of, like, look what's out here. Like, look what I've, achieved. Even if you achieved 1/10 of this and made yourself an asset of some sort other than you're willing to shoot someone, like, if we all rich, like, everything's going to be good. And they just,
no,
it's
I'd rather get the legit guy to shoot.
Right.
I'd rather pay a retired cop
right.
or a legit security $500 so they can have the gun, and if somebody fronts and something happens, God forbid, we let the people deal with the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, for years, we used to think the real shit is having your man with the hammer, distance. That ain't it.
Right.
That ain't smart.
Right.
You know, because then you're in the news and you fuck your whole shit up.
Did you have any situations like that where it was
Me?
Fat Joe on the news, this, that? Like, was it happening a lot? Or?
I got arrested a bunch of times. I might have got locked up and sued maybe 15, 20 times in my life.
Damn.
So I've always been violent.
Right.
I've always been violent, and even to this day, you know, I reprogrammed my mind over the years to deal with impulsive behavior over the years. I have to reprogram my mind because when I grew up, all I knew was violence, how to react violently. So even to this day, somebody disses me, I have to like, yo, Joe,
Take
you
a
see the
second
bigger
real quick.
picture, you chilling, you was just with the mayor of New York yesterday. Do you really want to be on the Channel 7 News beating somebody up on 122nd and 1st? Right? So you have to like really, really reprogram your mind to stay positive and stay focused.
Right.
But it's even hard for somebody like me. When I was growing up, all I knew how to be. So they sued me 15, 20 times. They did the same thing to Mike Tyson. They'll tell you the dumbest shit. Your mother's a lesbian. Fuck your father. You're this.
Yeah.
Boom. Next thing you know, you're in jail. The cops come.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So to answer your question, when I was your age, I was on the news every week out here.
Yeah.
New York City news, niggas walking me out here. Fat Joe for assault and robbery.
Yeah.
It'd be
It's
a guy
always
with
robbery.
the see-through chain on it. Talking about I robbed him. I got $1 million in jury on. Nah, it's disgusting.
You smack their phone away or something like that. They rob your
Wind
phone.
up,
Right.
they sue you. You got to pay them 30, 40,000, 50,000. You know, I got hip to that.
Right.
Now they do that, I'll be like, yo, my man, good luck.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping it moving on you. Like, good luck.
Yayo was talking a lot about that, how they were dealing with that with G-Unit, and 50 was getting pissed at them, be like, you guys are fucking my shit up, like, every time on tour, and that's when they had to, like, kind of chill out.
Bro, at first I used to take, when I was first started, you know, I grew up with a wild bunch of guys.
Right.
So I used to take them to my shows, and they always wound up beating up the fans.
Right.
Like stomping out the fans.
Yeah.
The fans are like, you got to flow, Joe. Next thing I know, they like stomping out the fans. I say, yo, y'all can't. All right, you can't come. No, but why? Now you can't come. Now you can't come. And then every show I had to drop somebody else off because they was beating up, I mean, the fans.
Right.
You know, because sometimes fans can be
bugging,
annoying.
they be heckling.
Right.
Sometimes the fans, not just heckling, too much love they can give.
Bro, when we go at the club sometimes, people be grabbing
Yo,
up.
these
Like,
niggas
jumping
you
on
want to
people.
make out with him or
Right.
something.
Yeah,
Like,
they
yo,
be
my
bugging.
man, but calm down, Poppy. Like, no, but I love you.
But-
You don't
but-
understand. And a
Yeah.
drunk fan,
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
too much is looking
over.
to get
It's over.
Right.
the beats.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
You know,
over.
and so some of those
It's
guys
over.
got beat up.
Right.
They were showing too much love.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the too much love drunk guy?
Nah, that's well, DJ and them be handling them.
Yeah.
DJ Reef and them, they're yo, back up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just like, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And then
What's the weird? Let me ask y'all a question. What's the weirdest thing a fan ever did to y'all?
he has like a stalker and shit, so it's different.
Yeah.
man.
It's ill. Let me hear about that.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, if I post somewhere, he's there, and it's not like I don't ever feel in danger. He just wants a picture.
Like
I'm
everywhere
bro,
he goes, he knows
I'm
his
like,
niggas' flights and everything.
he calls airlines. He sees when I'm landing. If I'm at the airport, it's crazy stuff like that.
He's bugged out.
Right, but it's not anything that I ever feel in danger. Like, I've been in contact with. I'm like, you got a picture with me yesterday. What's this picture
Why
today?
do you want the same shit, bro?
And he's not even an autograph
I
guy.
was just in Dubai. They love Fat Joe in Dubai for no reason.
Right.
They super and salam alaikum, my brothers. I love you too. But this one dude, he was like, oh my God. And he takes the picture and keeps saying, another one. Oh my God. Another one. Fat Joe. Oh my. Wow. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, you took 10.
Yeah.
Poppy, relax.
The-
like, yo.
So Slim, it's Machine Gun Kelly's DJ, and they've been touring for like 10, 15 years. When Cal's had no one he was rapping for 5, 10 years and no one was listening, and then all of a sudden now he's got this big audience. But he told me one thing one time. We were in Vegas, and people were going crazy. We went to go to a DaBaby show, and everyone was, we were in the section, everyone was asking for me. No one was even really watching the show. I'm like, I'm trying to watch the baby perform. And everyone came over as picture. And at one point, I couldn't even enjoy the show. I was like, damn, this sucks. And I was kind of pissed off, drinking a little bit. And then Slim sat me down. He put his arm around me. And I was like, why the fuck are these people, like, not letting me enjoy my night? And he's like, listen, it is so rare. Some of these people only ever see a celebrity one time in their life.
He's correct.
So it put into perspective, because it's like, I can't be mad at them, because when you walked in, I was like, holy shit, Fat Joe is in here. Like, I'm still a fan of people that you know what I mean? So I get it. Like, I don't think I'm better than anyone else, but it just sometimes it gets in the way.
It gets upsetting,
right?
Because you might want to spend time with your family.
Right.
Like me, I'm a real good concert goer. Like, I like the regular seats. I don't want to be in a suite. I like to feel like a fan. I'm singing.
For the
I'm
experience.
like obnoxious. Like, if I'm a fan of Babyface, I'm standing up singing every word. I don't care. But
yeah, I was at Mary J. Blige 2 weeks ago, and I was like, ooh! I was like,
you was in Atlanta?
Right? Yeah. No, in L.A.
In L.A.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy, because it's like, you want to be a fan, but they taking that away from you, because... But, you know, we all prayed to be famous. We all prayed to be successful. So that's what happened. It's crazy you bring up Machine Gun Kelly, because I remember I was in BET Awards. I think that was the night me and 50 Cent had squashed our beef. Yeah. Officially. We was doing the tribute for Chris Lighty, and I come in the back, and Rick Ross and Young Jeezy was getting into, like, a scuffle. Like, I mean, that shit was a crazy night, right?
Yeah, I can imagine.
So Rick Ross and Jeezy was like, they got in a shoving match, right? So I'm coming, where they is here in this hallway. I'm in this hallway. I'm hearing it. I don't actually see it. This guy, Machine Gun Kelly, ran so fast. No, listen. So fast. You know when you run so fast that you can't turn? Yeah. That the man ran up the wall, came out this side, kept running. I'm telling you something. I'm not lying to you aerodynamically. The man ran, right, and was trying to turn here. I'm here. And the man ran up the wall, kept running, and ran past. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah. He wanted out of there. Yeah. He was not bad boy at that point. He got the fuck out. I've never seen somebody run faster. Yo. You know how you run? And
you can't. You really
almost like a cartoon. You slide. Right. You gotta get the fuck out of here, right? Yeah. This guy runs up the fucking wall. Past
wall
me.
Run.
Yeah. I never. You know, to this day, Machine Gun Kelly's a good dude. I could never just see him and not see that. Like, every time I see him, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah. Like, you would think they was pulling out bazookas or something.
He probably thought something was about to happen.
Oh yeah.
Listen, Manscaped's got you covered. We got the Performance Package 4.0. We keeping you fresh all summer, baby.
Listen, if you've been tuned into The Crew Has It, you know the boys only use Manscaped. They have literally everything. They have the ball deodorant. They have the. So
we got the Lawnmower 4.0. Keep the the lawn hedge. You know what I'm saying? Keep the lawn good and shit.
It has the cutting edge ceramic blades to minimize those little shaving accidents.
They also got the 4000K LED light, so you ain't missing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't missing nothing. You can shave in the dark. You could I don't know why you were shaving in the dark, but listen, if you felt like it, then you could do it because Manscaped got you. And it's also waterproof. You can shave in the shower, in the pool. I don't know why you would be doing that in the pool either, but I mean, listen, whatever you want to do, you do it because Manscaped makes it possible. You know what I'm saying?
Manscaped makes anything possible.
In case you catch the shadow, we got a light, baby.
So Manscaped is giving our listeners only 2 free gifts, okay? They're going to give you the Manscaped boxers, and they're going to give you the Manscaped travel bag, baby. All in one.
Now listen, let me tell y'all something. These boxers are wonderful. They lightweight, breathable, boys could breathe down there, stretchy, comfortable. Feels like you just got some pajamas on or something.
And Mikey, I know how much you like pampering the nails, the feet and the nails, okay? You need the Shears 2.0, okay?
Yeah, man.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to go to the beach in flip-flops and your nails are going to look disgusting? No. You got to get the Shears 2.0. Groom it a little bit, baby.
Get the clipping, baby. Get the clipping. Listen, man. Go get y'all 20% off and the free shipping because the boys at the Crew, we don't rock with the shipping. We don't like paying for shipping. So listen, manscaped.com and make sure y'all use the code CREW. Use the code. 20% off, free shipping. Come on.
What are we doing, Mike?
Keeping the balls fresh.
Well, I was gonna say go back to the episode, but yes, keeping the balls fresh. And
Oh no, we're not getting back to the episode yet. We got to make sure everybody's balls is fresh.
See, he cares about you, okay? Michael cares about our listeners. Make sure you go to Manscaped, support the boys, support the pod. We love you.
Smooth sex summer. Back to the episode.
Wait, so what was that? What was the whole what was that like? Like, I couldn't imagine beefing with 50. Like, and with G Unit and those guys, like, because we're around 50 so much, so we see the behind the scenes, we see the in the hotel, like we see that, and I like
this is fucking crazy.
He's just out of his mind. So it's like, at that point, were you like, shit, we got our work cut out for us, or was it more like, nah, I'm ready for this? Like, what was the
definitely
vibe?
ready for that shit.
Right.
Squad.
Right.
Violence,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But that's the one you're like,
he was a formidable opponent.
right?
And I don't want to dwell on that.
Yeah.
Thank God we're brothers. We're brothers. And that's over. But that was like, it is what it is. Like we was, you know what I'm saying?
He really is such a good guy that like
great guy.
Yeah, just one of the greatest people ever. Like immediately took Michael under his wing, took me under his wing when I joined later.
I'll tell you the funniest shit in the world. Just last week I was in the airport. 50 comes out the plane. We say what's up. We hug each other. I get on the plane to Dallas. I got no time, so I go. I ain't even get time to change. I show up to my show. It's a festival, 30,000 people. Yeah. And the first song I do is New York with Ja Rule with me on stage. It was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting there like, I just seen
50
in fucking Jersey come off the plane. I get on the plane. First guy I see is Ja Rule. I'm like, yo, we doing New York? Yeah, let's go. First song.
Damn.
It's the craziest shit.
Yeah.
But, we got over that for hip hop and for the
100%.
youth,
Right.
So that the youth know you can argue with a dude, make fun of a
Right.
dude, but you can get away with this non-violent.
Right. I think that's the most important part. Is like a lot of this stuff that's going on right now. People just think it's like you either come out in a body bag or that's it. Where it's like now, like look at Fat Joe and 50. Look at the people.
You could be man enough to
People
hash
thought
shit
it was
out, man.
Right.
There you go. People thought it would end up in a body bag,
Right.
but thank God God wanted different.
Did Eve? Because Eve's been on the show.
Eve had a lot to do with the piece.
Yeah. Because Eve was definitely friends with.
Eve was friends with. I put Eve in the game.
Yeah.
I discovered Eve.
Yeah.
So Eve, and when he came to me and said, "Yo, 50 want me to shoot videos for him," I was like, "Go get that bag, bro." That guy got the bag, and then so I guess over the years he kept trying to chip away and be like, "Yo, y'all guys would love each other if you knew each other."
Right.
Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Right.
So and then it finally went down. I think Eve softened the hit.
Right.
Like, he just was like, same thing happened with a totally different thing, but Jay-Z and me, we had issues, and then I hung out with OG Juan by mistake. We had courtsides at the game together, who's Jay-Z's best friend. And me and him, we kicked it the whole game, talking shit, yo, this, that, and then another time I seen him again, and then I think it broke the ice where he went back to his man and was like, yo, y'all bugging out. You and Fat Joe be the coolest dudes in the world. Like, and we family, we brothers.
He's so good at that because he did.
Did I meet OG One? I think I seen him at one of the games with
Yeah.
He got the freckles. The one.
That's Pecas.
That's
that's Sean Pecas Costner. Two different guys. But,
I could have sworn. I thought that was him.
He's so funny. He's good with that because with the Joe stuff, he was like, "Man, you guys would love each other."
Yeah.
He
definitely did say that same exact
with Joe
situation.
Sikora. He was like chipping away at a little bit. He's like, "You guys would love each
y'all
other."
got beef? You and
I mean,
Joe?
we did, but we did now.
Tycoon Weekend
That's
was
why I
crazy
said-
last year.
Oh, I was out there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
They was
For
they
real?
was beefing on
Yeah,
my
dude,
floor.
it was crazy. Complex, TMZ.
I heard it on my floor. They
love
was in
that
the
guy.
elevator. They was in the
Yo,
elevator.
Joe's
going
my
at it.
guy.
Now we are. I talk to him all the time. We're trying to do shows together, produce shows together. Like I'm trying to bring some scripts from Mike and I to him. Like we're like that now. It's kind of like you and 50. Like,
Beautiful guy.
right? One of the greatest people, and his brother Albin, another great guy. Like
Look just
Shout out
like
Uncle
him.
Joe, man.
they're just like him.
Yeah.
Look like his twin.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes, thank God that you're man enough to hash it out and see
Right.
through that. Because then a lot of guys you wind up loving the most is guys you respect. because you know, yo, this is my op,
Right.
and I know how he handles himself,
Right.
and so they respect you, the vice versa, and then y'all gain the respect, and you be like, sometimes you wind up loving each other more than guys you grew up
Right.
That's real.
Right.
That's real.
What was your favorite tour you ever did?
Yeah, I was just about to say, because you was talking
Mike
about the
wants some
shows.
tour
Yeah, I
stories.
love the tour stories. I already know y'all had some crazy shit on the tours.
I don't know, man. I think one time we had this tour. My favorite time in hip hop was when Big Pun was alive. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Big Pun.
And I remember me and him did a House of Blues tour, and it was just Big Pun and Fat Joe. And I remember we had Don Cartagena. My album was coming out, and we was taking the poster boards and putting them up in every city. And we had some of the greatest times together, me and Pun. I'll tell you a story. We had Big Pun album release party. There was a club in New York that was like, it was called Carbon. It was like 10,000 people, bigger than Live. Right. At the time in Manhattan, it was sold out, and all the people I ever looked up to, Russell Simmons, the whole industry was there. Chris Lighty, anybody you name who I ever looked up to, I respected, rappers, they was all there. So I walk up in the back. This is our moment, Terror Squad.
Right.
Big Pun, we about to drop his album. I walk in the back room. This guy is drunk, laying on the table. This is Big Pun, laying on the table.
Right.
Swimming on the table, like acting like he was swimming, doing all this shit on the table, right? Like he thought he was in the pool or some shit. I'm like, yo,
That's some me shit.
I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, yo, are y'all serious?
Right.
Like, how the fuck y'all let this guy get this drunk? And maybe it's nerves. So I'm like, yo, Pun, fuck you. We start arguing, right? But he's just laughing. He's drunk out his mind.
Right.
So he's vomiting. I don't know how. He got like a helmet, like a Mets helmet or a Yankee helmet, and he's vomiting in the fucking helmet. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this is I'm arguing with everybody, right? Because this is our first day. I'm like, fuck, he can't perform.
Right.
So they keep the promoters like, yo, they're gonna shut us down. You gotta touch the stage. I'm like, he can't perform.
Right.
And I'm like, he's like, yo, but you gotta touch the stage. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, yo, it's 10,000 people. This shit's gonna be crazy. So I go out there and they play Twins deep cover, right? So I come on and I'm like, ready for war, Joe? I'm like performing. And out of nowhere, you hear, dead in the middle of little, then we know that we riddle to middleman who didn't do diddly. It was Pun.
Yeah.
The crowd went into a frenzy.
He came out of nowhere.
They stopped the music. I turned around. He looked at me. He was laughing, smiling. We had to do that shit like 8 times. Then he took, I think we got like 20,000 up, which was, 20,000 was $1 million at that time.
Especially you see it
No.
in the cast, too.
20,000 was $1 million. I'm being honest with you. I mean, it ain't like we wasn't getting 20,000, but it was big. When I came from Flojo, 500, right? The guy goes in his pocket and throws out the whole 20,000 in the crowd, like throwing it in the crowd. He ain't give up. I was like looking at him like, yo, this is the money. This was the money we made.
Oh
like,
my
what
God.
fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
But that was an ill night.
Yeah.
Real ill night.
That's dumb
That's
lit.
so dope. Like,
Probably off that night alone, y'all got triple that 20. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
After that,
We
just
got
because
to the bag.
he threw it, they was like, oh, he threw it.
We ran it up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely ran
saying?
it up
But you
after
know those were memorable times. You
You
know
gotta
what
do
I'm
shit
saying?
like that, man. You gotta leave a memory.
You know, we used to go to the tunnel. The tunnel was like Rikers Island with girls.
yeah.
No, it was Rikers Island with girls. The bouncers was like 7 feet tall, cock diesel. And I remember one day we was performing, and somebody said some shit to Pun, and Pun took off his chain and started whipping the dude down with the and a big Pun chain. In order for a chain to look like a normal size,
Right.
it has to
big.
be
Yeah,
as
yeah.
big as a refrigerator on Big Pun. The nigga take the shit out, It looked like he hitting you with a fucking cereal box, solid platinum cereal box. And he whipping the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Imagine getting
Dude,
shanked by
you know, Peter Guns was there, Lord Tariq. It was like we had so many different crazy tour stories. It was
was
out
having
of this
fun.
world.
Yeah.
Oh, we was having fun.
Y'all was having fun.
And we lucky we here. Like, you know.
That's a fact too.
Who are some of the artists now that you listen to? Because I'm always curious, like, who are the, like, I'm curious who 50 listens to. Like, I'm curious who Fat Joe listens to. Like, who are the people
Who
now?
got your
like,
ear right now? Word,
I'm
that's
gonna
a big
be
question.
honest with you, and say that nowadays I listen to Luther Vandross, Sade, Keith Sweat, Babyface, Anita Baker. You know, I'm more like smooth and calming now.
Right.
You know, if
You're
I would
not
have
feeling
to
it.
say artists, I would say Summer Walker. I think she's incredible. Puff and them dropped this album on this girl named Jazzy. I'm still telling you R&B. Hip hop wise, new rapper to get me go crazy. Nobody's gotten me crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who drives y'all crazy?
Right now, I mean,
I wouldn't say anybody drive me crazy. But there's definitely a few artists that, like, you know, they doing their thing.
yeah, Lil Baby, Lil Durk,
Yeah, obviously those is givens.
Young Boy.
Who else?
That's why I listen to. That's why I like.
Well, those guys are like,
I listen to
they're the
dancehall.
obvious
I ain't gonna
ones.
lie. I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of dancehall music. I listen to like Skang, Kraft, Tommy Lee. But as far as like hip hop, I listen to Joey. Obviously, Wolfface Joey. That's my
Right.
boy.
What's his name?
Wolfface Joey. I make hella music with him.
Will
too.
Face Joey.
Wolf is like Wolf.
Wolf.
Ace Joey.
Wolf Ace
Yeah,
Joey.
yeah, yeah. He tough. He be making like good like little party music and shit, like good vibes.
And you know who I discovered recently, and y'all could go look him up. But this white dude, his name is Jelly Roll.
Oh yeah, Jelly Roll. Yeah.
I heard of that.
Is he
before.
big?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got big through like comedy.
I heard that
like the
name.
comedy
Jelly
circuit.
Roll?
Yeah, of like going on like a lot of the comedians' podcasts, and he got just this big following. And then he's a big dude now. Now I think he's like America's Got Talent now. He's like hosting
Jelly
stuff like-
Roll?
yeah.
Damn, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
And so what happened to me was I heard a song where was that, Dallas? And I heard a song and I asked somebody to Shazam it, and they was like, oh, that's Jelly Roll.
Right.
And so for my airplane flight, I downloaded all the Jelly Roll. And I was listening. I was like, yo, this motherfucker nice. And
tough?
he feels good.
Yeah.
He's about God. He's about, you know, he used to use drug. He's like a rapper, country singer.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it to you. And then what's the man? Yellow Wolf is
Yeah,
on
Yellow
this
Wolf.
shit.
That's what I was gonna say. He's like
That's why you said Joe Face
Right.
Wolf.
Right,
That's
you-
what I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
about it. Jelly Roll's my new guy.
yeah, Yellow Wolf and him are have a little bit of similar.
Now you gotta
style.
be, you know, it's different. You just strictly hip hop. This might not be for you.
right,
But one day that you want to feel like God is in the room or something.
right.
Jelly Roll,
Right.
dead nice. He's big now.
Yeah, he's blowing up now. He's definitely. I think he's literally hosting like an America's Got Talent or something,
Sick,
which is
because
crazy.
I
That's
didn't
fire.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I
That's
was in
rad.
Dallas. We was
Yeah.
at the Dallas Cowboy facilities.
Yeah.
And his joint came on, and I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And they was like, I said, see who's there? They look, it said Jelly Roll. And
Yeah.
I listened to his every song he probably made on the plane coming over here, and I was just like,
That's fire.
I said, damn, this dude is dope.
Yeah.
He's talking that shit.
Yeah.
He talking like shit we can relate to, but in a country way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
We'll talk a little power and then we'll get you out of here. I'm just curious your thoughts. So, what's your favorite episode of Power ever? Power or Ghost? Any of them? You could pick one or like a scene that you love.
Nah, because the devil in me had another a quick a fast answer,
Yeah.
which would be disrespectful. But this guy used to get me really upset. Like, really fucking pissed.
Damn, you had Fat Joe in his living
Nah,
room
'cause
being
we
like,
all
"Fuck Tariq."
kids. We all got kids and
Right.
all that. I was like, this motherfucker, man. Like, yo, man, stick to the code, man. Like, what's
For
up
real,
with
though.
this dude, man? This, that. So he's done did so many. He's like they made you a slime ball. I don't know if you know, like you foul as shit,
Nah,
right?
yeah, nah, 100%.
And then you know, you remind me of some of my friends who didn't have to hustle
Right.
or sell drugs and wanted to be on the block,
Right.
doing the crazy for the adrenaline.
Right.
No pun intended. So, you know, these dudes are crazy. You know, y'all relatable, but my favorite episode, man, is so hard to say because, you know, I've been a fan since day one.
Right.
Yeah, it's damn near 12
Yeah.
seasons.
It's hard.
9
It's hard to
seasons.
choose. Yeah.
Yes.
I just was curious if you had like a favorite power moment or episode that you loved. But yeah, it is a lot. Like
That's that hard to choose.
yeah,
Huh?
That's hard to choose. Like
No,
there's
it's
so many
impossible.
episodes.
it's so
You
and
know,
it's so
the joint-
crazy.
Your sister got killed.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
that
emotional.
was crazy
Right.
right there.
Right.
I was getting it for that one too.
Huh?
I was getting it for that one. They wouldn't let me live that down for the longest.
Like regular people.
Yeah, why you let your sister
Do you ever
die?
think that they look at you like homeboy? You say Joseph. I know he likes to be called Joseph.
Right.
But I walked in the streets with him a couple of times. They just Tommy.
Oh, yeah,
Tommy.
yeah.
They don't want to hear you're someone else.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
at
don't.
all.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's been happening.
It's
for the
one
longest.
guy, real famous actor. This white dude, great actor. He was in the movie in the thing. He was a rapist, right? I never looked at him the same.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I don't understand why,
Yeah,
but it's
it be like that
Right.
sometimes.
it bothers me, right?
It
Like
be
I'm
like
like,
that
yo,
sometimes.
this shit is crazy because it's not that I ain't never like him no more because I know he's an actor, but it was so disgusting. Like, what's a role you won't play?
That.
A rapist?
Yeah, I ain't playing that. Yeah, none of that weird crazy.
I
shit.
could
ain't
play that just because I feel like those
You could play that?
those stories are told for a reason. You know what I mean? Those stories are never
Yeah.
told to shed light on it. It's always told to shed light on what women go through and stuff like
I
that.
learned so much.
Right. So from
My
television, I
life
could do
from
that.
movies.
Right.
So
Right.
much.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Can you choose?
I could choose some, but I could tell you Bronx Tale, right?
Yeah,
I love a Bronx Tale. That
When I
movie's
got
fire.
when I got shot in real life, I got shot because this guy owed me $10. And I kept fucking with him.
Right.
Meanwhile, I had 20, 30,000 cash in my pocket because we was hustling, getting
It's the
big
principle,
money.
though.
Right.
And I kept fucking with him. Yo, you got my $10? This guy was a punk. I'm not lying to you. If I got shot by a real guy, I would have told you. I
Right.
got shot by a dude that was so scared that I wanted my $10 that it went against me and the guy shot me. Right? And that's that. You know, the lesson to learn that is similar to the movie Bronx Tale.
Right.
When he kept chasing the guy who owes him $2, $3, and one day Sonny told him, like, yo, it's doing you a favor. You got rid of this guy for $2. He's a bum. Leave him alone. See, no, I ain't have no Sonny to tell me that, and I learned the hard way.
Right.
So movies have always taught me. One of my favorite movies of all time is a movie called Wanderers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a kid. I used to watch this movie. It was all about gangs and the Fordham Baldies and, you know, don't
Wanderers.
fuck
I'm
with
about
the
to watch
wands. It's very old, so you'll be look at it and you'll be like, yo, this is crazy played out.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch it when I was a kid. I love this other movie. What's up? My man with the deep voice, James L. Jones. He was the sanitation man. Claudine. I think the movie was Claudine. She was a mother, single mother. He used to come look out for her. She was really pretty too.
Right.
I used to watch that movie every time when I was a kid. Of course, we big Scarface fans. So I would say Scarface, Godfather.
Yep.
Godfather.
You love all those movies. I love that. Yeah.
Godfather, Scarface, and I like a lot of violence.
Right.
Yeah, I love those.
So
type
you
of
know
movies.
now
It's
my,
like-
my shit is like John Wick, the
Right.
whole series. I'm a sucker for Jason Bourne. Anytime the
Yep.
shit come on TV, I get on there. I got a new hero. His name is Cecil. Have you seen Cecil?
Nah.
What's it
Oh,
from?
he makes John Wick look like a church boy.
What is it? What is it from?
Kills everybody. Y'all gotta watch
Cecil?
Cecil, or teach you SISU. He'll teach you how to kill.
That's you.
Oh
Cecil.
my God.
I gotta start texting Fat Joe for some movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love John Wick when you seen that Extraction 2's coming out. Did you see Extraction 1?
Mm-hmm.
So I love John Wick. I love movies like Raid.
Right.
I love movies that's all about killing.
Right.
Like not scary movies.
Right.
Real
Like
killing.
action, cool
Gang-
action. Right.
Killing you.
Right.
There's a movie I want y'all both to see.
Okay.
Right? It's a horrible movie. No, it's a horrendous movie. It's called I Saw the Devil.
Uh-huh.
I Saw the Devil was about serial killers. When I tell you it's the most disgusting shit you ever seen, but I guarantee both of you that at the end of the movie, by the end of the movie, you'll say to yourself, I saw the devil.
Oh, hell no. I'm watching that
Yo, I'm telling you, you'll be like, I saw the devil. I saw the devil. Matter of fact, it might be my favorite movie of all time. It's disgusting. Yo, it's the most disgusting. It's the most disgusting.
Yeah,
I
like
saw
that.
the devil.
We got some homework.
shit.
We
It's
got
bad
some
like that.
homework.
We gotta
I
teach
saw
us
the devil.
My last question. I just want to know what doing the Def Jam video game was like, because that's my favorite game of all time. What was that experience like? I mean, we talked to Method on set all the time, and he was like,
They gotta do that shit again.
He was
bro.
like,
that
Blaze.
shit was too crazy.
But
bro.
when you see Fat Joe come out of the Range Rover with the big Terror Squad chain as your, you got the swagger, that is the coolest shit ever.
That shit
Now I'm
is
gonna
gangster.
tell you what happened. All right, this is mind blowing. Never heard before because no one has ever asked me that question. So I didn't want to do the game, right? And I wasn't signed to Def Jam.
Yeah.
So they kept trying to get me in the game, and I was like, nah, I don't fuck with games. I don't this and this and that.
Right.
So Kevin Lyles, who was the president of Def Jam, came to see me personally. He's a very good friend of mine. Family. So he sits down, he says, Joe, what can I do? I need to get you in this game. It's going to be this. I said, I want to be the hardest nigga to beat. I want to
boss.
beat everybody up. I want to fuck them up. I want to fuck everybody up. I want to take my chain off, whip their ass. This. I told them, and sure enough,
Got the big pun on.
they made me the hardest guy to beat. And to this day, it's always a big discussion on Twitter. Every single day they're going on Twitter. He was the hardest to beat. I hate Fat Joe. I broke the remote.
100%. That was
But
me.
that was the deal I made with them.
Damn, so you
Deal-
put that in the contract. That's crazy.
In the contract, yo, I want to be one of the hardest guys to beat. Otherwise, I'm not doing the game.
Yeah.
And they did it. You know what I'm saying? To this day, it's legendary. And so we had to do like the stuff you see now.
Right.
That they put the green stuff
Yeah,
on you.
with the-
So I went to L.A. They put the green
shit was
shit
crazy,
all over
wasn't
me.
it?
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I always
But
wanted to be in a
I'm
video
just
game.
so happy I was a part of history because that game is so historic.
Yeah, legendary.
Did you play
Yeah,
it
that's
all
on
the way
PS2.
through and try and beat it and all
Nah,
that?
I couldn't beat it. I used to be a junkie for NBA, 2K,
Right, 2K,
and
yeah.
all that. And then I realized I was spending too much time playing it. So I would be 5-6 hours a day instead of going to get the bag, instead of hustling, instead of this, here playing everybody and all that. And then I was like, yo, you know what? I can't. It's almost like now Khaled's addicted to golf.
Right.
My daughter's addicted to golf.
Right.
Angie Martinez addicted. Everybody around me is addicted to golf. And so they keep saying, yo, come play golf. Can't play. I already know I'm going to get addicted to
Right.
golf. That is not helping me with my bag.
Right.
You understand? I got to stay focused on the bag.
But the thing is, though, the motherfuckers that be playing golf,
They got
they
the
be
bag.
they be having a bag.
Yeah.
That's some bag talk to be had while you playing golf.
The best deals in the world get done on the golf course.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
true.
we out to play some golf, man. I gotta go give me some. Gotta go some swings. I gotta
Mike's
go get
gonna
my
wear
Tiger
this
Woods.
outfit on the golf course.
Yeah, I'm gonna be swiped out on the golf course. You heard? Nah,
Well,
I
crazy.
gotta
I
go
wore
golfing.
those sneakers, the original, on the cover for Make It Rain.
No.
The originals.
Original
Yup.
Thunder Force, baby.
What?
Original Thunder Force.
baby.
Damn.
And now I got those, and I also
Yo, make it rain, Thunder Force. Come on, bro.
Yes.
Come on,
I didn't even
bro.
think of that.
I
wore that on the cover, and now I'm one of only two that got the We the Best Thunder.
Oh, yeah, you
Force.
got one.
Khaled got a
Guys,
pair.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got one too.
Nah, the pairs
But
that
I love
Khaled
that.
got is,
Yeah.
yo, he got some crazy, like, Jordans, bro. Like, personal, like, crazy Jordans, bro. Like,
Yeah, he do.
He got
I got
flavors.
some too.
yeah, trust me. I already know you
I
got,
got
some.
some.
I know you
Mayor's
got
in the
some.
background. He got some too.
Yeah.
So, you know, we stay around sneaker
That's fine.
impresarios. That's what they call them?
Yeah.
Sneaker enthusiasts.
Yeah, man.
Sneakerhead.
Love this shit.
Oh, we got a sneaker. I got a sneaker coming out.
Word.
The Terror Squad Air Force One comes
Yeah.
out late summer. It's gonna be sick. When
Fire.
y'all see, we got 3 color waves.
Yes.
We got gray and pink. Yo, Rich, we gotta put these. Come on, these guys rock
100%.
sneakers.
Yeah, I love sneakers. I've been in sneakers since I was.
Yo, look
I
at
was
these
tiny,
guys.
man.
Love sneakers.
100%.
We don't
So
play
we
when it
got
comes
the
to
friends
kids.
and family. This
Oh
chart
yeah.
is gray and pink.
Mhm.
Then we got one for the whole country. It's gonna be black and white.
Fire.
Then we got sky blue and white just in New York.
You catch me in them gray and pink Jones, just know you cannot get those.
Oh, no, you
know?
cannot
You cannot
get
get
those.
those.
And they're gonna be worth some money.
Yeah. those go
Damn, the
crazy.
Terror Squad forces. This is
Nah,
crazy.
I gotta get you that.
Dude, I'm basically in the Terror Squad now. If you think about it, bro. I'm in the Terror Squad
He's
now.
the Terror Squad G.
Plug everything you have coming up and anything that you know shows,
Let them know what's going on.
anything.
Man, we everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? We hustle, we work hard. I got a TV show coming on Stars.
Fire.
It's a talk show.
Fire.
So I teamed up with Diddy's executive producer with me and LeBron Spring Hill.
Fire.
And I shot my first episode the other day, which was crazy.
How was it? It was fun.
It was amazing. You know, I like to think I'm the Joper Winfrey.
Joper Winfrey.
So I'm-
Bro, you do really have so much knowledge. Like,
Yeah.
I prepped for this interview a little bit, and I was like, damn, I didn't. You just don't know how knowledgeable. Like,
Intellect.
Yeah,
you
but what happens
right.
is when I was younger and I was getting in trouble, I would always say, man, if I had an OG in the industry or something to school me,
Right.
I would really listen to him. And so that's why I go on my IG. That's why I do everything I do, podcasts like this. So the new generation, they might need to hear certain things.
Right.
You know, and a lot of guys who got the experience I got in the years in the game, they're not getting on here talking that.
right.
They don't want to do it. Like the guys who've been around as long as me and are successful and all that, they refuse. They don't even want parts of this.
Right.
So it's my job to school the youth and let them know what I did that was a big mistake in my life or something that was really, really great.
Right.
I feel like, what the fuck? I need some water. I wasn't crying. I was,
No.
my shit was dry. You
Yeah.
was like, damn, he cares about the.
Damn, he got a big heart too.
About to drop the tail of the episode.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. Fat Joe cries while talking about the youth.
yeah. Fat Joe, he got real.
He got deep, y'all.
He got touchy, y'all.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the story of my life. Just trying to be transparent so that the next generation can learn from what I've experieed.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do it, and I try to do it in a positive way.
Hell yeah.
That's a
Well,
real OG, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what an OG supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not all that other shit y'all think y'all OGs is doing, man.
Well, he part of the Stars gang now. He
Yeah.
part of the Stars gang now, baby.
But yeah, man.
Fat Joe on Instagram. Fat Joe.
It's Fat Joe.
Follow.
And he got the kicks dropping.
Yep.
End
Kicks
of the
dropping. Mike.
Where's 22 on Instagram? Where's 22 on TikTok? Michael Rainey Jr. on Instagram. Where's 22 on YouTube? Vlogs coming, all that. So yeah, y'all know what to do already. Go tune in.
Yep. Gianni Paolo. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube vlogs coming soon. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to
Hell
come
yeah.
see us. We really appreciate it. We
I'm
I'm
really
sorry
do.
I couldn't come sooner, man. I just been so busy, so touring
good.
all over.
Listen, man.
You
we
know
got
what I
it
mean?
done.
So I'm just glad we got it. We
Got it
got
done.
it done. When you
Yes,
see me
sir,
walk in
yeah.
the hallway, you was like,
I was
"That's
like, oh
it."
shit.
I
it's
saw
lit.
him walk in. I
I'm
saw
the
him
same
walk
way.
in with, like you were from, like it was Def Jam. He came walking in, and I was like, nah, this is crazy.
Yo, you know when I did my first show for Stars,
Mm.
the guest I got was like A+. Like
Right.
like Stars couldn't believe I could get the person.
Right.
I was like, yo, I got this. You sure you don't think I could get it? I got this. So when I pulled it off, like the day before, stars and the artists, people were going back and forth like what they could do, what they can't do.
Right.
We won't talk about this. We want this. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the day came and the person finally showed up. I was like, thank God.
It's tough. It's tough.
You're here. Like, you know, like,
Right.
yeah, so I know when Fat Joe came in looking like the Def Jam Vendetta.
It was
Like,
lit.
yes.
I was like, the boys
Thank
did,
you
man.
so much for coming
Thank
out. We
you, brother.
appreciate
Hell
it.
yeah, appreciate you pulling
Thank
up
you,
here,
man.
bro.
Michael,
Hell
give
yeah.
us one.
Listen, man, the crew has it, man. Terror Squad legend, man.
The
Fat
crew
Joe's in
has
the
it.
building, baby.
And you have it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bow.
Yes, sir. Thank
That's
you so
legendary
much. We
right there.
appreciate it.
That's
Absolutely
legendary.
legendary. We're going to get to